Truth and decency still matter. And when it comes to this story and the tremendous show 60 Minutes, it really matters, especially when it comes to what the American president is going to do or is doing. And 60 Minutes has clarified a great deal about what Trump is trying to do with his cabinet picks. You know, Gates, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., Marco Rubio, and Pete Hegseth in very important departments. And when 60 Minutes comes forward and shows you what we're dealing with in terms of truth, decency, intelligence, and intellect and decorum, we for years, Mike Wallace, Dan Rather, Leslie Stahl, here's a little context.
Medical experts are weighing in on another controversial Trump cabinet pick. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., a vaccine skeptic suspicious of mainstream medicine, was chosen to lead the Department of Health and Human Services. And a number of groups on both sides of the political spectrum are raising concerns.
I don't have anything against fast food. I'm against food that has seed oils. When I was a kid, McDonald's was made with tallow fat. That was good for you.
Allies of President-elect Donald Trump are urging him to reconsider nominating Senator Marco Rubio as Secretary of State.
Could become Secretary of State, and I don't think that would be good for the country.
Former Hawaii Democratic Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard to be Director of National Intelligence. You have a history with the former Congresswoman. What do you think of her being tapped to be Director of National Intelligence?
Tulsi Gabbard is someone who has met with war criminals, violated the Department of State's guidance, and secretly, clandestinely went to Syria and met with Assad, who gassed and attacked his own people with chemical weapons.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles.
Right now, the crowd is starting to walk in. They just opened the doors. You're actually going to look at the first few folks that will be coming in. They've been waiting for hours, mourning for hours. And, you know, the chants that are coming time and time again are stop the steal, stop the steal. And we saw it coming out of Georgia.
With us now is Florida Democratic Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz.
Matt Gaetz has no experience whatsoever with the Department of Justice other than being a subject of investigation.
Today, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz is pushing back against the new details of a now years-long investigation. Among the issues being looked at by the House Ethics Committee are allegations that Gaetz engaged in sexual misconduct and illicit drug use, accepted improper gifts, and that he sought to obstruct government investigations of his conduct.
And this is what host Scott Pelley had to say about Donald Trump's cabinet picks in this breaking story.
This past week, Republicans won the House majority, and President-elect Trump made nominations to his cabinet. Some nominees appear to have no compelling qualifications other than loyalty to Trump. The nominees are Senator Marco Rubio for Secretary of State, Pete Hegseth to lead the 3 million people of the Department of Defense. He's a combat veteran, most recently a morning show host on Fox News with no government experience. Former Congressman Matt Gaetz for Attorney General, in charge of law enforcement. Gaetz has been investigated by Republicans for alleged drug use and sex with a minor. Gaetz denies those allegations. Former Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard for Director of National Intelligence. She sought a pardon for Edward Snowden, who leaked U.S. secrets and now lives in Russia. And Robert Kennedy Jr. for Secretary of Health and Human Services, a skeptic of vaccinations. It's up to the new Republican majority in the Senate to decide whether these nominees are equipped to represent the American people.
Please don't ever forget that Donald John Trump is a person who stood on a stage long before 2016 and said, I and I alone can fix it. And from 2016 to 2020, he didn't fix a damn thing in any way, shape, form, or fashion. He had the House and the Senate then as well. Did he repeal Obamacare on day one? No. Did he build a wall? No. Did Mexico pay for anything? No. He will only do a series of executive orders with a clown show of a cabinet and cause mass destruction, along with probably deportation. Folks, please stay diligent. Remain hopeful, but also the most important thing to me, in my opinion, that we have to do in the next 4 years is make sure that we educate. Onward. Stay strong.